Do you experience any kind of anxiety, overthinking, fears, phobias, any kind of bad habits, limiting beliefs, all those sort of things? The sort of things that people come to me with for hypnosis are generally things that they've tried all the different other avenues to resolve, whether it be through medications or whether it be through long term talking therapies. But the truth is that a lot of these feelings come from your unconscious mind where it's trying to keep you safe, well, and protected. And because you don't always know where the origins of these issues stem from, any amount of work on the conscious level of the mind, trying to resolve things that you're fully aware of, doesn't quite work because it's the feelings underneath. It's the irrational, unwanted fears, phobias, and that kind of overwhelming feeling that takes over. And no matter how much willpower you try approaching it with, it doesn't work. So, therefore, hypnosis is working with your unconscious mind, that part of your mind that you're not really aware of what's going on. It's behind the scenes. So, it's trying to keep you safe, well, and protected, away from threats, physical ones, or overwhelm. So, back in caveman times, we were surrounded by a dangerous environment with wild animals trying to eat us, and we needed the safety and protection of our tribe, our social connection, there to keep us safe. And anything that would possibly be a threat to that would result in anxiety, and that's what kept people alive. Our ancestors, we are the result of all of that. So these programs run automatically behind the scenes. They're very powerful, but hypnosis is the way to get to reduce and remove even those unwanted, irrational, and unnecessary fears and feelings. You're left with the normal amount of anxiety and stress that everybody has, and to a certain extent, some parts of it are needed to keep you activated and engaged with things, new challenges, taking on new things that are a little bit unfamiliar and new. So they're bound to have a little bit of excitement attached to it. And after all, excitement and anxieties would feel somewhat similar. But it's that positive spin that we'll feel about excitement about something that allows us to do it. So, hypnosis, working with your unconscious mind. What is hypnosis all about? Will it work for me? Can I be hypnotized? What if I've got a strong mind? Will it still work? I have lots of people who are very skeptical about hypnosis that come to me. They may have seen films which are largely very inaccurate about what hypnosis really is. You might have seen some stage shows, and whilst that is real, they don't want anybody on there that's drunk or putting it on. Those people are very much filtered from the audience to see those people who are most susceptible and engaging for a hypnosis experience on a stage. So everybody can be hypnotized. We are running trances in our minds all of the time, in and out of different trances for different purposes. Call it a program that runs. For instance, the driving the car program that runs in your mind, that is a kind of a trance because you're able to think about all sorts of other things whilst you're driving quite safely still. And yet, if the traffic changes or your turning comes up, there's a level of conscious awareness that comes back. And that kind of proves that you can't get stuck in hypnosis. You don't get stuck in a daydream. Another example is if you go to the cinema and watch a film. Have you ever been really engaged with what's going on in a film where you feel drawn into it? The feelings that you experience are those that the film is trying to get you to feel, whether it's emotional or a bit of a fear. But everybody doesn't go running out of a cinema when there's a scary film on. There's a part of your mind that's always there, always active. And that is what still happens with hypnosis. So I don't take control over your mind. There is a conscious awareness that's always there. So you're always safe. You can never be made to do anything that is totally against your morals and principles. But the suggestions that are made, just like in a film, it lowers that disbelief to the point where the film is encouraging you to buy into the film and what's going on. You know they're actors and actresses, but you still feel that kind of that fear, that tension, or that emotion that they're suggesting. So hypnosis works in that very positive way of suggesting to you that part of your mind that can make changes, that can resolve traumas from the past, things that have happened that have led to you being stuck. So people come to me feeling totally stuck, lack of self-belief. They're in fear, and they can't even face the prospect of doing something that everybody else would normally do on a normal everyday basis. So over a period of a little little session of sessions here, perhaps 3 or 4 sessions for the majority of kind of anxieties that people come to me with. Then we get through some rapid anxiety relief techniques, things to break the cycle. It breaks that cycle of thought where the brain is trying to keep you safe, well, and protected by doing that old program. By interrupting it enough times with the right way and coupled with the hypnosis, that takes you from that can't do anything, can't possibly face doing something, to feeling it, a little bit of anxiety around it, and then absolutely mastering it. After a short period of time, the old unnecessary, unwanted, irrational fears are gone. I also use regression, which is a form of working out with your unconscious mind where the origins of your problem stem from. It doesn't have to be a really serious kind of trauma that's led to a stuck state or a self-belief issue going on. We run little trances whenever something from the past triggers a feeling that is somewhat similar to the situation that you're facing. Things get stored when you are quite often in childhood up to the age of 7 that manifest themselves all the way through your life. So do you want a 5 or 6-year-old child inside your mind controlling what you do today? So hypnosis is the answer to that through easy steps of regression. I also use what's called parts therapy. So we are different people with different other people in circumstances. We might call it a work head or a professional head or a family head that we put on, a subpersonality, a part, a resource, an ego state or an inner state. All of those different words describe how we interact with the outside world. And there is a therapeutic angle on that that is really powerful and great fun to work with, that allows you to understand who you are underneath and the different parts of you. And towards the end of each session that I do with clients, whether it be a one-off session for things like smoking and vaping, or whether it's a small series of sessions for things like weight loss or anxiety, fears, phobias, then I'll always teach self-hypnosis at the end. So you get to have this ability for self-development to take throughout your life. So that's the introduction to what hypnosis is. Everybody can be hypnotized, even very skeptical people, and they find that it's really good. People tend to get better at being hypnotized the more that they do it. I do it very regularly, so I'm a good hypnotic subject. So long as you are motivated for change, you really want to have that change, and we work together, I can get you from where you are currently stuck, whether it's affecting relationships, your work, your prospects, whether it's keeping you stuck indoors, unable to go places for fear of planes or trains, fears of big crowded places, fears of things and objects that are irrational and unwanted, or whether it's a bad habit that you have that you keep on doing and you hate yourself for doing it. Those are all the sorts of things that I can help you with through hypnosis. I also have an online store where there's a lot of powerful hypnosis recordings and an anxiety relief kit in there. So to get in touch, this is Nigel Edwards at ukhypnosisandcoaching.co.uk. And if you put a / at the end with booking, you can book your free strategy call. So we can work one-to-one on a free discussion to see how I can help you and any questions that you have. And if you put www.ukhypnosisandcoaching.co.uk /products-list at the end, you get to my online store, where you can see that list of powerful hypnosis audio recordings or the anxiety relief kit. I very much look forward to speaking with you, and you don't have to be stuck. If you've tried everything else in life, give hypnosis a try. It really does work. I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you.